Thank you for tuning in to The Working Hour. This is WHMS Radio. I'm Shane.
And I'm Mike. And on this week's episode, we will be doing the album Nine Types of Light, which is the fourth studio album by American rock band TV on the Radio. This album was released April 11th, 2011 through Interscope Records. It is the final TV on the Radio album to feature bassist Gerald Smith, who died of lung cancer 9 days after it was released.
Damn.
Which I'm assuming that's the theme, like nine types of light. Anyways, the album's lead single, Will Do, was released on February 23rd, 2011. I don't know if was there any other singles? Because I don't think I didn't see any.
I didn't look, but I do.
I feel like I missed it.
I did watch the music video for Keep Your Heart. I'm pretty sure. And it's like, I think it said that like the band took like a year-long hiatus and then they met up for like lunch and that was in the video.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was like 9 days after that, or a couple days after that.
Bassist guitar player died?
Yeah, he passed away after the video got posted to YouTube.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, this album was recorded in 2010. The genre is labeled art rock and soul. I have the overall runtime at 43 minutes and 40 seconds. The label, as stated earlier, was Interscope. Producer was David Andrew Satink.
Okay.
Not exactly sure. The band did create like an accompanying film to go with the album. It's an hour-long visual companion that offers music videos for all the tracks on this album. This was packaged with the deluxe version of the CD. The film is also on YouTube, so if you're curious and you like this album, check it out. Supposedly, this album was very well received by critics, and I think you'll find through this episode that we pretty much review it. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It has a universal acclaim rating of 82 from Metacritic. I know last week when we were doing Deftones, you brought up Pitchfork. Pitchfork gave this album a 7.7 out of 10. Rolling Stone gave it 4 stars, so take that for what it's worth. The members of the band, I'm probably going to butcher some of these names. Tundi.
Yep.
Adi Bimpy?
Bimpy.
Not sure.
Okay.
Bimpy. He's on vocals, loops, keyboards. Then we got Jaleel Button on drums, bass guitar, programming, organ, synthesizer, and vocals.
God damn.
Yeah, and a lot of them do like multiple instruments that are the same, which is pretty cool. Kent Malone, he's on vocals, guitar, bass guitar, synthesizer, clarinet, flute, and viola. We have David Andrew Satink, which is the producer. Funny enough, let me go double. Yeah, same guy. Look at that. I think that's the first time we've had a member of the band actually produce the album. That's cool. I copied and pasted this. Tells you how much I read it beforehand. But anyways, he's on programming, synthesizer, guitar, bass guitar. He did some of the sampling and vocal work. Gerald A. Smith, which is the bass guitar that unfortunately is no longer with us. He played bass guitar, organ. He did some samples, synthesizer, and vocals. So that is all I have, unless you have anything else.
You know what? I got nothing aside from, do you want to rip this shot right quick?
Let's rip this shot real quick. All right, well, with no further ado, we move on to our track listing. And coming up first, it's a funny name, I thought. The first track of the album is called Second Song, which is funny because it is the first song. Ha 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 ha.
Ironic.
Also has some runtime of 4 minutes, 20 seconds.
Isn't it ironic, don't you think?
A little too.
Okay.
Need to do an album by her.
Yeah.
Not to get us off on the first tangent, but here we go. Because I don't never listen to any of her albums. But
neither have I. But jagged shaped pill or whatever the fuck it's called.
Do you ever she's just
jagged little pill
on top of you and she's putting cigarettes out on you and you're like, yeah, I'll let it happen.
If you put a per 30 in my mouth while you're on top, like I'll marry you on the spot. Anyway.
Yeah. So we got Second Song. The first verse is delivered very slowly at like a speaking pace. I'm going to go ahead and steal it from you, but you mentioned that you thought this sounded like The National. And ever since you said that, I'm like, damn, spot on. Because it is very like, just kind of, I don't want to say monotone, but it is kind of, yeah, okay, yeah. There's just not a whole lot going on there in that deep delivery. I got a little lyrical verse here. This is towards the end of the first verse. And when the night comes, I'm fending like a pyro. And I know it stables my survival when there's music all around me and I haven't got a single word to say. And just the way that is sung, I'm not going to be able to do it justice. I'm not even going to try. But that was That was nice. It was a nice opening track, and I did actually hear this song probably like a week or two before I chose to do this album, and I was like, okay, this is definitely different than the other tracks that I did know, but in a good way. For me, the song really explodes around like the minute 20 mark, following like a strand of oohs and ohs, kind of. I can't remember exactly how they're. Yeah, yeah. I think you were singing earlier in the
Yeah.
kitchen. Yeah, no, it's like very easy. I found throughout the whole album, but just right from the get go, that's just very easy to get into. The
Now
vocals
wait,
kind of
I'm sorry. Did you know about second song before? Like we
yes,
okay.
but I didn't know it was on this album.
All right.
I just knew the song because I have it on my like songs, but it's off the deluxe album,
Sure.
which I should point out now. I didn't say it as a preface in the beginning, but we're not doing the deluxe
We
album.
generally don't.
Yeah, because it's just more work for us. And
Yeah.
come on, we're already slaving away for you. Anyways,
For peanuts.
so after that, the ooh, 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 like a monkey there almost for a minute for me. The vocals really changed to kind of more like a funky sound. So it kind of changes the vibe of the song, both with the vocal pitch change and the music kind of swells into a lot more of a full band sound,
Mhm.
where we kind of had that monotone, oh, you said baritone, sound in the beginning. Um, there was a notable bass line that's very heavy and deep with what sounds like a piano to me, or a keyboard, something like that. I thought it gave it the song a more personal sound, just with those, couple instruments. Strings for me always make a song more like personable.
Mhm.
Um, the song swells at certain points that really make it a solid head bobber, as I kind of said before. From 3 minutes or 3.5 minutes to about the end of the track, it finishes like very solid. That's probably it's about the last minute, 10 seconds short of being a minute, but close enough. And it really goes out on a high note for me. And the fade out at the end too, which what I thought was some kind of horn and brassy sound, but now I'm kind of thinking it's probably a clarinet.
Okay.
I don't know because that was one of the instruments listed, but there was also many musicians I didn't throw in here, but they were also on it. So it could be some other kind of instrument. I'm not sure. I originally gave this a 6.9, but I'm going to bump it up to a 7.1 now that I think about it. So I did listen to the album today, and this one, even just you singing it in there, I'm like, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It is a good track.
It's good. It's got some heat to it.
Anyways, what do you think?
So like it starts off with like some really quiet instrumentation, sounds like stringed instruments with like little drum taps. Um, like I said, like you said, the vocals do kind of remind me of The National, with like the lyrics kind of reminding me a little bit of Everything, Everything.
Okay. Funny.
Just a little bit.
I have a reference to them later.
It's not that I
Actually, no,
haven't.
I don't think it's everything, everything. That's who I was thinking of, but I put Eternal, no, not Eternal Embers, Melt.
Oh, okay. I could see that like the Melt comparisons musically and Everything, Everything more like lyrically.
I think I might have got confused because I'm thinking now that they both would work, but I think I was off.
Yeah.
Some of these albums run together for me, especially if I'm not like.
Well,
wasn't
when we
my
listen
pick.
to them like pretty back to
Yeah.
back to back, you know.
Yeah, and they are similar enough sounding.
But yeah, like the lyrics like confidence and ignorance approved me to find my day today. I've tried so hard to shut it down, lock it up, gently walk away. Um, will not be the only comparison to Everything, Everything on this album for me or for you apparently.
Yeah.
The start of the song really had me thinking that this was going to be a lot more of a folk song than it ultimately turned out to be. Side note, the video has some like really well done stop motion animation. I don't know if you've seen it
Well,
or not.
there's a movie that accompanies it, so I'm assuming
right.
that's probably from the movie. I didn't.
Okay.
I only watched. No, I didn't watch any music videos for this.
But it's very well done. And it's on a level of something like maybe like a Tool music video, but not like dark and
Yeah.
grungy like a Tool music
Not a
video
horror
would
movie.
be. Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. At 44 seconds in, some bass hits leading to like 55 seconds where a proper beat starts with some drums and piano. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Massive Attack, if you're familiar. I've definitely played like a few of their songs for you before. They were actually like one of the bands I was considering doing like this coming week, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't
It's
think
a little thing called We'll See.
not this week, but
Okay.
like maybe eventually.
Ah.
Eventually. 127, the guitar comes in. Then some bass instrument or brass instruments too. I like the funky delivery on the chorus. Every lover on a mission,
Yes.
shift your no position.
It's like, let me get
into
my
the
roller
light.
skates out.
Yeah.
Disco ball, right? Yeah,
no,
for sure.
Totally. Absolutely. The vocals return to like a more spoken word singing. The ooh 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 ooh, like that's really good. That's
Mhm.
clean.
Yeah.
It flows well with kind of like the funky nature of what came before.
Mhm.
Coming off and that's like coming off the bridge and the chorus at the end. There's a lot going on musically at the end. Like the layer creates like quite the soundscape. Really fun song. Managed to do a lot musically, and it like absolutely piqued my interest. Um, this almost at parts it was kind of a hard album to review, just because of how much was going on.
Yeah, it's almost like overwhelming. Like you don't know where to start.
Yeah,
And
I'm
there's
like-
a couple times where I'm like, I don't even.
What am I supposed to be aiming
And
at here?
even sometimes with the lyrics, you're like, there's just a lot being told or a lot going on, and it's like I don't want to just be.
You're trying to keep up with lyrics that are
Yeah,
like
well, some stuff I don't want to explain because I
Sure.
feel like it's kind of just like it's there. It's not like you need me to tell you.
right. But sorry, what did you give this?
I originally gave it a 6.9, but I think I said I bumped that up to a 7.1.
I gave this a 9.
Okay.
I was like, this is clean.
I'm excited. I didn't give a whole lot of high ratings for this one. I'm not gonna lie. Altogether though, it's a beautiful product. But
Yeah.
single songs,
and like whenever we start to hit the lull, I will say there's a reoccurring motif of like I'm more impressed by it than I actually do like it.
yeah, I think that's a lot what this album did for me, which is different
You know?
because it was an easy listen. Like I probably listened to this album the most because it was just easy to put on and just
Sure.
enjoy yourself doing, not really think.
Yeah. On to track number 2. We have Keep Your Heart coming in at 5 minutes and 42 seconds. Clapping and drums to start off. Lyrics and electric drum beat comes in. The vocals have some layering. It comes up throughout. It's the singer's normal voice with the backing vocals being like both like higher and lower pitch. This and the primary like just like more plainly spoken vocals. Let me see here. Becoming more varied in delivery keeps the song like very interesting vocally. I'm gonna keep your heart. I'm gonna keep your heart. With the world all falling apart, I'm gonna keep your heart. That's deep. And then, can I coax it out its shell? Brush the dust off. Get its wings on. In this little bell, we will also feel the singing. Oh, and that's all like delivered in like a high pitch there. At 157, the guitar does like a little like buzz. Between 232 and 255, there is a synth sounding instrumentation that is hard to explain. It like almost reminds me of some sound you would hear at like a carnival. I could be off the mark on that, but yeah, there's like a youthfulness to it that I can't like pinpoint exactly. From 319 to 342, the guitar becomes very plucky with a high pitch. At 428, still we're kind of shy. You've got nothing to be ashamed of, though it's hard to tell if I ever feel the same love. It's sung in such a high pitch that it's like kind of hard to understand what is being said. It's the you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, not bad. I give this a 7.1 out of 10.
Nice. Twinsies. This one instantly to me has a pretty like catchy flow to it. This track is a lot of Kit Malone, and his voice with the deep delivery on the vocals. I have the same vocal line where he's just like, "I'm gonna keep your heart." Yeah, it's like, what are we watching? The Lion King here? Like it's nice. Personal song for sure. The verse that you stated, I'm not gonna overlap it, but it's repeated with slight differences in the words throughout the song. I think 3 times maybe. So far, this is definitely the more personal track compared to track one, and it's different sounding compared to track one too, which I like. We're already 2 songs in, and it's quite different. This is a track too where I didn't really notice it on track one, but on track two, you really can kind of hear the whole band joining in on vocals. It creates a really good harmony. Uh, Again, with the similarities of track one and even what you touched on there, Shane, which is like you didn't touch on it exactly how I said it, but close enough. There's just like points where there's like swelling in the music, and there's a lot going on, and I think the vocals and the music kind of both pick up together. Um, I like this one. I thought it would be a good closer. If any track was going to be listed as a ballad on this track, I would almost put this one. Although I don't think it has quite the roller coaster enough to really give it that level. I too gave it a 7.1. So,
Respect.
and we will move on to track number 3. You coming in at 4 minutes and 4 seconds. Instantly, again, catchy on the intro with the rhythm. It gets going pretty quick, which a lot of their songs do. It's you're not really waiting any time period before you get something. The lyrics and instrumentation usually go somewhere pretty quick. The opening line, I believe it's the opening line. I just thought you might like to know you're the only one I ever loved. This is another like personal song, and there's a lot of themes like life and death and love kind of on this album. But this was a good one. Again, some of the verses are kind of repeated with changes in the wording. I think it really like zeroes in, similar to track 2. I kind of touched on it. Just kind of zeroes in on the song's message. Again, another slightly different sound, not as polar opposite as track 1 and track 2. I think 2 and 3 are pretty similar, especially just with the theme of it kind of being emotional. I like the guitar strumming on the main riff. It keeps the song entertaining and kind of gives it a backbone. Like I think the guitar is the backbone on this track to accompany the vocals. There is a nice bass line on the track. I thought it was very bouncy, even though it's like slow and emotional, but not too emotional, not too over the top. I gave this a flat 7. I did like track 2 a little better than this one.
So yeah, I got there's like some washed out deep electric drumming with some very plucky strings to kick off the song. It sounded really good. It worked so well that I thought it would remain constant throughout the song. But with the band being as musically experimental, they do move away from it before it comes back at the end of the song. There's like a clap at 17 seconds. Song really kicks off with some more prominent, more prominent vocals and a beat. The drums thump hard on the chorus, as well as some turntable like scratching and like buzzing synth. Moving away from like the initial strings to a much more electric second half of the song. Come sugar home, stow your feedback and take it inside. Cross your heart and your dreams. We were making it right. 3:20, the initial music from the start comes back and plays throughout the rest of the song, accompanied by some synth. I don't have a ton for the song, but I gave it a 7.3 out of 10.
Okay, so you liked it a little better than track 2.
Just a little bit, but like close.
I see what you're saying though about like there's not a whole lot to write about, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Okay, because I kind of struggled with it too.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially for how easy of a listen it was.
On to track number 4, we have No Future Shock, coming in at 4 minutes and 2 seconds. There's a drum beat and electronic like boops to start. Then some twangy and distorted strings come in. At 33 seconds, the song picks up pace energy-wise. Oh, dance, don't stop. Oh, do the no future shock. Oh, dance, don't stop. Oh, do the no future shock. On the second verse, I really like the rapid, scratchy, like guitar that comes in briefly, and then really gets going leading into the bridge. Tell it to me, baby girl. Tell it to me, baby girl.
Girl.
Baby girl. Born into this burning world. Are you ready? Here comes the cop to lock us up for smoking crack. Well,
Boo.
right, come on, man. I'm just chilling. Well, mining corpse below mountaintops. Are you ready? Or are you ready? Vocal delivery gets a little wild and erratic, with a little bit of yelling toward the end. The Uba Duba, honey, and it's burning blood money. So I leave the motor running all night. Absurdities confirming me like I want to start them up. 'Cause here, funny, it just doesn't seem right. So tight. Delivery is like softer, but still like pretty erratic. Like I'm not doing it justice. I feel like I should have like a headphone in listening to it so I can like
Yeah.
give it back to you properly.
Yeah, to deliver it the right way.
Which I might. I don't know. I might do that. We'll see. Vocals only become more crazed throughout the rest of the song. In the last like 20 or so seconds, some brass instruments come in. I think that I'm more like impressed by the song than I actually do like it. They made a lot come together as a cohesive song without like fully like getting their hooks in me on this one. It's like, okay, wow, you did a lot. Don't know if I love it, but you managed to do a lot. I gave this like a 6.6.
Yeah, I was kind of low on this one too. Funny side note, so a lot of the album is life and death, I think, especially with just the overall name and then like knowing what we know now. The bassist player, like 9 days after this passing away, or was it 9 days before? I can't remember now. Anyways, this song is based on a book from 1970, which is called. It's actually just a concept by Alvin Toffler. It's his concept of future shock. He coined the term to describe a stress and confusion that arises when the rate of change in society outpaces our ability to adapt, which is probably pretty true considering how much shit changes like every 10 years.
Yeah.
Like phones from 2010 to now.
Mm-hmm. 9 days.
Yeah. The opening lyrical line, you burned up all your credit on a family of kids who pop your pills and smoke your pipe. And after the war broke out, or after the war broke your piggy bank, the bastards broke the world this time. I have a quote here. I don't know if it's from the Gerald, let me look here, Gerald Smith, but this is from Geeky Gerald, 14 years ago, said, "This is an anthem dedicated to our unstable future and political unrest, wrapped in a beat that can be listened to mindlessly as if it were a simple dance song," which I think is like hitting the nail on the head. It is almost got like a dancey vibe to it, I think.
Oh, no, definitely.
Again, though, like you said, I'm not crazy about it. I give this track a 6.5. But it is a nice delivery. It's a little bit more direct and urgent. It certainly has some political undertones, like you were mentioning. They're going to arrest us for smoking crack. I don't know if that was like alluding to like the crack epidemic.
Sure.
And how that was like pretty much a whole political thing.
Yeah.
The song feels rock and rollish, but hits like a little hints of blues in there, in my opinion. A lot of lyrics on this one. Nothing I really took away. I know I did list one lyrical verse, but nothing too crazy. It gets a lot off its chest in the 4-minute window. Like there was a lot going on and a lot said in that 4-minute window. Again, though, for me, similar to you, just kind of missed the mark a little bit. Do I hate it? No. It just wasn't anything that I'd have a hard time selling this one.
Yeah.
So 6.5.
Okay.
And we'll move on to track number 5.
Real close on that.
Killer Crane. Killer Crane. This is a long track. Yeah, 6 minutes.
6.4.
I have it at 6:15.
You would.
Motherfucker. Slow intro on this one, though. Single notes kind of drawn out with the background noise. It kind of fades into I think like a machine, like a pumping noise.
Mm-hmm.
This one does take a little bit more time to unwind and give us some vocals. It's about 45 seconds. After the rain, a killer crane. After the rainbow. So, this is actually a tribute to bassist and multi-instrument talented Gerald A. Smith, who was near death during the making of this album. And then he later did pass away. This song I thought was similar to track 3, which uses a lot of guitar strumming. And that kind of makes it the backbone, like I kind of touched on with track 3. I almost thought I heard like a banjo on this track. I'm not really. It just sounded very
Okay.
stringy and clangy. Longest on the album, but it kind of really took its time. Sunshine, I saw you through the hanging vine, and memory of what is mine fading away. I thought this was a really pretty track. Not something I would listen to a lot because it's very pretty, but I feel like it is you can kind of tell it's what it's talking about.
Yeah.
But I liked it. It kind of touched my soul a little bit. I gave this a 7-8.
Okay. So Killer Crane, there's a quiet fade in and swell of strings with some piano keys. Then what almost sounds like the ticking of a clock, almost. Some sporadic acoustic guitar. Vocals come in at 45 seconds. After the rain, Killer Crane, After the Rainbow. At 2:27, the tone changes with what almost sounds like a banjo. And
Glad I wasn't the only one on that.
not.
Gesundheit, my friend.
That kiss made me sneeze.
I think you're allergic.
I probably am. It's like, oh, too straight.
It's like I'm gonna have to put her down.
Fucking, what sounds like a banjo and some electronic tone that repeats. At 3:50, there's some really strong violin that comes in, alongside some bass and piano. The lyrics also become a lot more dense as the song goes on. At the start it was, after the rain, a killer crane.
A
After the
killer
rain,
crane.
After the rainbow. Yeah, it becomes a lot more dense lyrically as the song goes on. Sunshine, I saw you through the hanging vine, a memory of what was mine fading away, but this night heals and the moonlight steals the sound. I could leave suddenly unafraid. So it's a lot more wordy than it was to start with. The song ends quietly with some acoustic guitar. I have here that the song is the longest on the album. In my opinion, it's the perfect song on the album to be the longest. It takes its time.
It's a slow drive.
Yeah, and continues to build and change as it goes along. It's done in a way that it doesn't make the changes feel like they give you like whiplash. You know what I mean?
You're kind of drawn into it.
You're not like aiming at too many things. It's
Yeah.
like you're just gradually beginning something new.
Take a slight left up here.
Something
Just
new.
a slight left.
By the end of the track, you aren't confused how the song got to that point. It all flows together very well. This song is a standout for me. You gave it a 7.8. I gave it an 8.7 out of 10.
At backwards.
So on to track number 6. We have the song Will Do at 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Song opens up quiet with what sounds like a glockenspiel with its metallic tone, as opposed to a xylophone and its wooden tone. I had to ask people at work, I'm like, what's that little instrument with the little sticks? And you...
Yeah. I didn't take the time to... Did you ever play one of those in like elementary school?
I'm sure I did.
Yeah, we had them.
But
The
like...
little things and you... little thing.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, can I do like some... Can I play with... And it was like, no, we got to play this music. It's like,
Oh.
I want to play Iron Man.
Yeah, right? Well, anyway. But yeah.
That's how it goes.
I'm like a glockenspiel. Okay, interesting. Because I can definitely hear like the metallicness of it. It almost sounds like, I don't know.
Is that Australian?
Yeah, no, it's definitely
German. Hard German.
But before the first half of the beat kicks in at 14 seconds, and the restart at 2, and they restart at a minute and 0:25. Sorry, 25 seconds with the vocals. It might be impractical to seek out a new romance. We won't know the actual if we never take the chance. There's some pretty cool electric guitar and crashing sounds in the background on the chorus. The mix up at 219 on the bridge, the guitar remains with some high pitched instrumentation as well as the vocal delivery being higher pitched as well. There is so much going on musically, it's kind of hard to actually take note of it all. But it is very impressive. The Glockenspiel comes back at the end of the song with some echoed vocals to fade out. I give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, nice.
Hmm.
I enjoyed the fade in from the ending of track 5 into the beginning of Will Do. I thought it was a nice, gentle fade in, especially with that being a long track, and like we both kind of were on the same page of it being a slow drip, I guess. Will Do was the first track I ever really heard by TV on the radio. It was either Will Do or what was the other one I told you earlier? Wolf Like Me.
Mm-hmm.
It was either of those. I can't really remember, honestly. So I kind of came into this one with a high regard, but honestly, it kind of fell off a little bit for me just based on there's some other tracks on the album that I thought were a little bit more catchy.
Okay.
Song gets going pretty quickly. Again, it doesn't really waste any time going in the direction. It was an easy listen to track. I don't have a lot for it. I didn't pull any lyrics for it. I think just kind of coming off the last not handful, I guess, probably the last 3 tracks that were more emotional. This one kind of stood out to me as just being like more so-so. It didn't really have a lot of emotional backing to it, so maybe that's why it was kind of fell off for me. It could also be the fact that I've probably heard it like 20 times more than anything else on this album, so it kind of wore out its welcome a little bit. And it's crazy. Sometimes we do these albums and I'm like, all right, I know this album. This is going to be easy. And then I get to it and I'm like, oh, I like this. Similar to what you were saying. Like you can like something but not have a whole lot to say about it.
Yeah.
I gave this a 7.1. It could go up to as high as like a 7.5, really depending on my mood. It is a good track to show somebody. I will give it that.
Okay. What do you say with that? We go ahead and why don't we go ahead and take a break?
Yeah, I need to get another beer.
And I gotta take a piss. So we will be right back.
All right, we are back. And we're going to roll right into track number 7, New Cannonball Blues. About 4.5 minutes, 4 minutes, 32 seconds to be exact. Another track that I love the intro on. There was kind of like a blom, blom, blom bassy line. Not as deep as Deftones, which we did last week. The first verse flows perfectly over the music. It seems kind of electronically engineered, this track does. Like there's a lot of synthesizers and stuff like that going on. The vocal delivery we get right around the 30-second mark is delivered differently than previous. Hey girls, hey boys, don't mind the noise. It's just the sound of being dragged to hell. It's just a pornographic adulation ship as we watch the spider's web eat itself. I noticed this track, kind of similar to others, had music swelling at points, kind of like just a roller coaster, I guess, of instrumental madness. I noticed more horn and like brassy instrument sounds on this one. Somewhere in here, I kind of thought they sounded something similar to what you would hear off of Demon Days by the Gorillaz. I don't know why. I think it's just the vocals. It's just kind of, I don't know, the delivery of it just kind of reminded me of the Gorillaz. Probably just me. I don't have a whole lot for this one. I did find it pretty catchy. Probably the bass line again. It seems like I'm discovering that I'm a real sucker for that. I gave this one just a 7.1. Nothing too crazy.
Okay. So I got the song opens like very effects heavy with some electronic drums and buzzing synth and some additional like sound just to add to the soundscape. As far as lyrics go, I do have the same ones you put. Hey girls, hey boys, don't mind the noise. It's just the sound of being dragged to hell. It's just a pornographic adulation ship as we watch the spider's web eat itself. The synth remains pretty heavy throughout the song. Vocals are like a real trip on this one as well, hitting a lot of high and low ranges with some additional effects heavy backing vocals. As the song goes on, some trumpet comes in and really makes the song build to like a big crescendo. I can definitely see what you mean about like this sounding like the Gorillaz in Demon Days. I can definitely see that. This is another instance of like being more impressed than I actually enjoyed it. I give this a 6.3 out of 10.
This is awful.
This is
I thought that's what you were
also
gonna say.
no, 6.3. No.
No, that would be awful.
No, but this I will say this is also
Is this where we hit the?
this is where the lull starts.
Mm.
Yep. This is where it hits for me.
Boy.
Disagree?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
Because I wasn't crazy about repetition.
I wasn't either.
Yeah.
Track number 8.
My repetition. It's like,
My
yeah, I
repetition
get it.
is this. My repetition.
Yeah.
My repetition is this.
My
My
repetile.
repetition.
My
My repetition
repetile.
is this. Between coming in at 3 minutes and 42 seconds.
Oh wow, I'm way off on that. I got 3 minutes 46.
It's okay.
My repetition. They just did that one extra.
Yeah, one
My
extra.
repetition.
2 extra goes. There you go. They got
Sped up.
it. Between the guitar, bass, vocals, the song does a solid job at like gradually building up for like almost a minute and a half before really picking up energy and pace. To arrive ahead of its time is the fate of the fish washed up on shore. Do you know that it just won't feel right till he's swallowed up by the tide? The lyrics and start of the song definitely reminds me of Everything. What's the matter with your next door neighbor? I heard he had sex, drugs, and danger. Or is it sick, drugs, and danger?
Sick, drugs, and danger.
Okay, I always heard sex, but like the lyrics I got were sick, drugs, and danger. But you can kick it with a complete stranger. At 2 minutes and 11 seconds, the song slows down and reminds me of some of the more jazzy sounding Faith No More, honestly. Before picking back up and repeating, my repetition is this, my repetition. And that goes on through the end of the song. Little too repetitive for me. Go figure. I give it a 6.4 out of 10.
Okay. We're similar on this. I didn't really connect with it. It was kind of just too much for me with the repetition. But I guess if you're going to call a track repetition, go for it. It's very folk and bluesy sounding on the intro to me. Minus there's a little bit of electric sound and like synth going on. Another track where you can hear a lot of the band on backup vocals kind of coming together as a harmony. Almost at times like a reverb effect. It also switches kind of like a handoff also. Like something like that, what I would call. It kind of hands off the main vocals to a couple different people throughout the band, which is kind of nice. The song switches it up early, going from what I kind of describe as like a folk sound to a more rock and roll sound. Song flows pretty well. The "What's the matter with your next door neighbor?" I heard you had sick drugs and danger.
See?
6 drugs.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll?
No, it's not
Like,
6 drugs. It's 6 drugs.
Sick drugs.
Mary.
Okay.
Mary.
That's one. Just married.
6 times.
Got married 6 times, the same chick.
Oh, what if? Could you imagine?
That'd be
Yeah,
rough.
it's like, how much do you spend on these weddings?
It's like, damn, she really got it all in the divorce, huh?
Yeah, 6 times. We'll kill her. Death gonna do us part. It was a track I found easy to bob the head to, but the repetition part was just too much. If it kind of stuck with the, I heard he had sick, drugs, and danger, but you can kick it with a complete stranger. That was catchy to me, but it just kind of got too repetitive. This one I thought seemed more organic in the instrumentation. There was some synth used on this and electronic sounding stuff, but I thought it did feature more, it featured less of that and more of just a normal organic instrumental sound. I gave this a 6.7. They would have a lot higher rating if there wasn't so much repetition, and that is it.
Go figure.
Moving on, track number 9, Forgotten. I have it at 3 minutes, 37 seconds. This is where I put the intro reminds me of something off of Eternal Embers by Melt. I don't really have a whole lot for this one. It was another easy head bobbing song, like a lot of them on this album. I just kind of missed the mark for me. I did find the lyrics, Beverly Hills, burning of plastic, scraped it away, I do, I may, for the summer. And also, Beverly Hills, nuclear winter, what should we wear and who's for dinner? In the summer, for the summer. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot for this one. This was probably, like you were saying, it kind of hit a wall for you. This is probably, yeah, I would think this would almost fall into that. I didn't give this much of a rating either. I gave this less than the previous track. I gave this a 6.4. I just didn't really find anything I liked about it.
Okay, you and I are like,
Polar opposites or same
no,
time?
we're on.
Okay.
We're fucking on. And like the thing is like even with my lower scoring songs on this album, I do recognize that it's like there's a lot of talent
Yeah.
like getting put into this, and it, like for what all is going on, it does work together really well. Like for instance, the drumming at the start of the song is it's really cool because it starts off it's like one thing, and then like almost immediately it's like two things, and then like within another like 5 seconds, there's like four different types of drumming going on at the same time that's just layered really well. I like the strings, the brass instruments, and there's like some like tingling like bells or yeah, tingling, jingling, whatever the fuck you want to call it, bells that come in. Song remains pretty dynamic with what instruments they implement, but then again, that's a lot more of the album than just like this song in specific. There's a lot going on throughout this whole thing. I couldn't even begin to tell you all the stuff that they implement.
Yeah, it's a list.
As far as the lyrics, unfortunately, I do have Beverly Hills, nuclear winter, what should we wear, who's for dinner, in the summer, for the summer, hold tight, hold tight, our love will fade, it's writing its name in the sky. It does make me think, like, the lyrics do make me think of something off Arc by Everything Everything. That is the last Everything Everything reference for this album. At 2:37, the song really pops off with some wild instruments, whistling layered vocals, and what sounds like boots like marching, like a troop like marching in unison. Yeah, I mean, I gave this a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay, very close.
So yeah, no, we are not far off on this one. Going on to track number 10, Caffeinated Consciousness at 3 minutes and 21 seconds. I will say, I am interested to see what you think of this song. There is no like lengthy intro on this track. Within the first 10 seconds of the song, it's like fucking right into it.
It's like merging on the freeway.
Yeah. Musically, it's very rock oriented, which there hasn't been much of that on this album.
I think at times.
Well,
I mean, there's just so much electronic going on where it kind of. Because when I think rock and roll, I think like.
Don't get me wrong. Like I would like if I went to like an FYE, I feel like I would see this in like a rock section, but like there's so much other shit going on that it's like I don't think like rock band.
It's hard to narrow it down. Rock just
mean?
is a very wide scale.
Yeah, like there's definitely a place for it though. But yeah, the vocals and lyrics on the verses, they're very short and like very punchy, and they line up great with like the instruments to give them even more of a oomph, Now drop yourself with no concern on how to breathe when your mind is burned on optimistic, on overload. Can you shift the heat back to when your heart grew cold, and it just lines up really well with like the drums that it they just
emphasis like on the vocal delivery and the music.
Exactly. It's symbiotic. Like one gives to the other, and it just works very well.
Happy.
I like it a lot. Before going like a little bit more chilled and cool on the chorus, kind of giving me and I might be a little bit off the mark here, but like whenever the chorus hits, it kind of reminds me of like the Chili Peppers just a little bit. just a little bit.
I can see it.
It's very cool. Or fuck, maybe even the Gorillaz. But
I'm glad you.
cool.
I'm glad you noticed that too.
Yeah. Song ultimately ends like pretty quickly, much like how it started, without like much really getting in the way of it doing what it's there to do. Like, doesn't waste any time starting, and it doesn't waste any time ending. While I don't have a ton of notes on this song, I really dug the overall vibe of it. I was like driving out to my sister's on Sunday, and I was listening to this, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, all right, I like this. This is a vibe. I was into it. I liked it. I give it a 8.4 out of 10.
Okay, pretty good. I thought this was a high energy closer. It really picked up for me. I'm glad it did. It finished on a high note compared to the previous 3 tracks, which were kind of meh for me. This is another track that kind of features a handoff between multiple members of the band on who's got the vocal lead. Like I said, I enjoyed this much more than the previous tracks, which is really nice considering this is kind of like the final, period, the punctuation mark on the album. I thought it had a nice full band rock and roll soulish sound. Maybe I don't want to say R&B, but like just musically, little hints of it. I didn't pull any lyrics for this one. Nothing really jumped out at me. It's kind of more of just like a vibe, like you were saying. You could take me back to that place and time where you were just out there driving and you were vibing to the song. Similar enough for me. I think it's a really good way to finish the album. I almost wish this was maybe switched out with something else earlier in the album, just because I feel like it you don't do it justice making it be the last track. I think it could have been a little higher up. I think it is a good closer. There was another track that I said probably would be a good closer too. I think it was actually track 2.
Okay.
Just because it was kind of like, I like gentle exits.
Okay.
Lullaby me to sleep on the last track. But this is a track that I didn't really think, like I said, it didn't really jump out to me. There wasn't a whole lot. It's more of a simple tune to me that doesn't require a lot of thought. You're more just in it and just listening to the music, and it's just...
It definitely directs you, like, on, like, what to feel. And,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
extract from it.
It's a good feeling, though, but there's not a lot of emotional presence for me on this. I only gave this a 7.5. It just wasn't something crazy for me. Definitely better than the last 3 tracks, but nothing blew my socks off.
Okay.
First part of the album for me, let's just go ahead and get into it. Overall thoughts on the album. First part of the album was definitely the heavy hitter for me.
Yeah.
Towards the tail end, I don't want to say it really fell off, but there just wasn't a whole lot egging me on. Want more. But it was a short album. It's only 10 tracks, so it didn't really drag out too long. It's definitely an album that I listen to probably more than I do any other album. I listen to Deftones quite a bit. Actually listened to it, not the whole album, but majority of it earlier this week. Sorry, I got the burps. What did you think overall of the album?
Yeah. So I mean, I would have to agree. The album is pretty. Hey, quit that.
Got the cats.
The album is pretty front loaded, I would say. There's like 3 or 4 like really solid songs in a row. I think it was like 3 songs, then like a little like and then like, all right, I'm back in, and then and then I'm like, hey, all right, yeah. So I would say I definitely enjoyed it more than I didn't. The songs that I enjoyed.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, the songs that I enjoyed, I really enjoyed. I enjoyed them quite a bit. The songs that like I didn't enjoy as much, while I didn't enjoy them as much, I could still recognize like this isn't like a shit song. Like,
I thought the album was very easy to listen. Like there wasn't, even though there was parts where it was just, I think it was blah because it was just hard to write about.
Yeah, there was definitely solid stuff, like solid work put into the album.
Oh yeah.
So I can't fault him for that.
Yeah.
So even though it like didn't necessarily like do it for me, doesn't mean I won't do it for someone else. So yeah, overall this was a solid listen. Multiple tracks made it to my like songs on Spotify.
Yeah, it's always a winner. Same here.
So onto this week's bonus track. We have the song Dilly by Band of Horses at 3 minutes and 31 seconds. And this might be kind of like what you were like referred to one of those instances where it's like I've heard it so much that it's like when it finally comes time to talk about it, like
I don't have much to say.
yeah. Well, it doesn't help that like think of something like whenever we did Devotchka as the bonus track.
That was easy, I thought.
Yeah, it's like no matter how many times I've heard it, like there's enough going on that it's like this is a cakewalk. There's plenty to like look at.
Yeah, put it on the tee for me.
Yeah. With Dilly, it's like this is not a complex song at all. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Someone did once say that Band of Horses only had one good song. That someone lied. You hear me, Allie? I'm looking at you, Allie.
Allie Lyle?
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll censor that out.
We'll censor that out. But she had said, like, yeah, they only got one good song. I'm like,
What song was it?
fuck, I can't remember. But yeah, she said they had one good song. And I'm like, fuck, no, they got multiple good songs.
So you had one good walk, and it was to my bathroom that morning.
All right. While not like an overly heavy band, they can definitely be like a little bit more emotionally heavy at times.
100%.
This is not really one of those songs though, in my opinion. This song is very light and easygoing. Feels very carefree and nostalgic. Song is like very straightforward and doesn't get too adventurous, like changing musically, you know. With the song being as light as it is, its simplicity works really well for me. There's some twangy guitar on the pre-chorus that transitions well into the chorus, as well as some piano to transition from the chorus to the verses. I really do love the chorus. I'm reeling in the wrong days, getting behind. Why didn't I think? What in the world? It really took a toll. One to see it, two to believe it, three just getting away. Like that's
Yeah, you got in the way of me and my lyrics because that's what I picked.
It's good though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean I can see why.
That is the Band of Horses delivery that I love.
Yeah, it's very clean and it's catchy and it all works very well.
Makes me want a horse smile.
Yeah. That's all I got. That's really all I got for the fucking Band of Horses bonus track. I give this an 8.3.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one of my more enjoyed songs by them.
Okay. I gave it a lower score, but I'll elaborate on that once we get there. So this one I thought was a different sound overall than most of the Band of Horses I know, which is kind of limited to maybe 3 or 4 tracks. But the 3 or 4 tracks I know, I hold them in a high regard, which kind of, I'll hint at it now, kind of is why I gave it a lower score, just because I have a small sample size, so it's hard for me to compare something like this to what else I know. So I did like the fact that it was a little bit different sounding, but it is similar with the delivery, especially the way you sang it. It's like, yes, that is the Band of Horses sound I love, but this song just kind of didn't have it through and through for me. But I did like the fact that it had a different sound because oftentimes we'll cover a group, an artist, or whatever, and they have like one sound, and that's about all you get. And this is nice because it's similar enough. It's similar enough different, which I like. I like a little change up. I had the same lyrical verse as you. I'm not going to sing it again. You did that pretty well. Hats off to you. What I did want to talk about was the music video. So there was like 2 or 3 times where I was like kind of redirected to the music video. I actually watched it before I came over here today just because I was having kind of a hard time writing about it. Are you familiar with the music video at all?
It's where they're bikers, right?
Yeah. So I like that. I thought it was a nice touch. I usually don't watch music videos on the albums we do, and I'm starting to think maybe I need to, especially maybe for inspiration. Might be good.
Okay.
I probably did undersell my vote on this one, my overall score, just because I kind of want to do an album by them just to like get an overall feel to really know where this throws in, because I'm pretty sure this is on the same album as Laredo.
Yeah.
Am I right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Laredo is like,
it's a good song.
I listen to that song like every day for like a week and a half straight.
Yeah.
Probably multiple times a day. It's like so fucking good.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the reason for my low score. The ceiling is just it's a high ceiling with my love for the other songs that I know, like Funeral and Laredo. One thing I have to ask you though is, you think this track related in any way to anything on Nine Types of Light? Maybe not vocally, but musically. Maybe vocally enough at times.
What do you think?
So
Do you think it did?
no, but I think it is probably the two closest sounding like album and bonus track pairing that we've had,
Sure.
which I think is a fair point, but that's not done on purpose or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. It's not like. Yeah, there's not too like distant of a gap between them, but like they're not the same.
No,
but
not
it's
at all.
like.
I was just curious what you thought, because no, there's not a right or wrong answer here.
Yeah.
But I was like, at least I don't think they're really similar sounding enough.
We're close.
But I can almost see them like on tour with each other, I guess, is maybe what I was more getting into.
Sure.
Or at least like at a festival.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Backing
Sharing
up
the
to
same
each
stage
other.
or something.
Yeah, something like that. But more, I just wanted to kind of throw out that I thought that the bonus track and the album that I chose and your bonus track were more similar than probably any other episode we've done.
Okay.
Is that a fair point?
That's fair.
Okay. Because I mean, usually they don't really line up at all, which is a good thing.
Keeps it interesting.
Yeah, for sure. That's the beauty of the bonus track. I only gave this a 6.8. I know I'm kind of low on it, but I think I kind of gave you guys a reasoning. If we do end up for some reason doing this album, I don't think it'll be my selection. It could definitely be my selection at some point.
Yeah.
But we're both fans enough of Band of Horses. I don't know if you know a whole lot of their stuff. I don't know that much.
I know enough.
Yeah, I was gonna say you, because I'm pretty sure you're the one that turned me on to them.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's all I got. You have movie trivia?
I do, because I mean I know we're closing on the hour, but it's like we're not quite there yet.
Do you want to take one final breaky wakey?
Honestly, no. We got this. We're almost done.
Right.
So now comes down to, we got 3 things left we got to get through.
Oh no, the album choice for next week.
Album choice for next week. So this week has been very busy for me. I've had a lot of shit going on. Sunday was busy for no good fucking reason, which is normally like the day that I get like the most amount of work done on the album, which...
Really?
Yeah, which mind you, like, I didn't get any notes done on Sunday.
You're like, I'm behind the
Saturday
eight ball,
night
bud.
was the concert. I fucking left my tablet at the house when I came to work. I got like a longer lunch. Got nothing done. So I feel like I could have had more on this album if I hadn't
We did
fucked up
fine.
like that, but we're good. And then like, yeah, this week was just fucking busy. I hope tomorrow's chill, because like it's been a bad week.
So
at
Lord
work.
help me.
Just give me a break.
Lord help me on this day.
So I don't have an album picked out. I meant to listen to some today to kind of prep myself to like decide.
You fucking disappoint me.
I got 3 options here. And I need your help
What are you,
deciding on it.
German?
I'm gonna give you 3 letters. You're gonna pick a letter. C, F, R.
Carly fucking Russell.
Yes. Could you tell that's what I was going for? Yeah, exactly.
CFR. I'm gonna go with the F.
Next week's
for
album.
Foo Fighters.
Next week's album will be Angel Dust by Faith No More.
Okay. Nice, because you did bring up Faith No More earlier in the episode.
Yeah,
All right, well, I don't have a bonus track. I can toss one out real quick.
that's fine.
Um,
No, I'm kind of excited because the other 2 letters were both going to be like albums that I was like pretty comfortable with. With this one, I'm like, I'm not sure. This might be bad. It's not bad. Like there's like a good like 3 or 4 songs off of it that I do know that I'm like, fuck yeah, I like
Okay.
that. Yeah, including pretty good cover.
all right, what's the cover?
Easy. I'm easy like
Oh, okay.
Sunday
Gotcha. All right.
morning. Like
All right.
they do a really good cover of that.
Bonus track next week, we'll do The Boss, Mr. Bruce Springsteen.
Really?
We're going to do a track called My Hometown.
Okay.
Are you familiar?
I probably.
My hometown.
Wow, it sounds just like him.
Yeah,
Is he
pretty
in the-
much.
Is he here?
He's actually my daddy.
Okay. Is that no? Wait. Is that the one where he's like, born in the
No.
USA
No.
was my hometown.
No, that's my hometown. Yeah, what's my hometown? USA.
You're like,
You ever
look,
been there?
you're like, look, I've literally lived in all these states. All right, so it's my hometown. All right, so
What if?
he has a biopic coming out soon, right?
That makes sense. As
Yeah.
he should.
So
I'm not a huge Bruce Springsteen fan, but I enjoyed the whole album.
what
I believe it's off Born in the USA is the album.
what would you say is like your like favorite song by him if you had to shoot to guess?
It would probably be something off that album. My hometown is very good. It gives me goosebumps occasionally.
Okay.
But let me look at the album real quick and see if I can remember. I'm on Fire is really good too.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, Glory Days is solid, but I'd probably say it's I'm on Fire or My Hometown. But then again, my Bruce Springsteen catalog of knowledge is just pretty much that one album.
Okay. Mine is Dancing in the Dark, just because like
That's a good one too. It's off that album.
fuck
It's a
yeah.
banger
All
of an
right,
album, dude.
one of these days,
Solid
boy.
album. One of these days.
Well, just like that, we were at 32 minutes on our like initial. We're at 28, almost 29 now.
Let's just get out of here.
Fucking weapons trivia. Lives to see another day. Bro, it was funny. I was looking on Amazon and I was like, is weapons, can you rent it full price yet? Because I would rent it. I want to watch it again. It's
Okay.
very good. And I want you to watch
Oh,
it.
that's the horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of things about that.
And it's got some.
I tell you, these movies with kids in them, I go home and I'm like, don't you fucking.
You fucking
After
stay in
that
the
movie
house.
with the little kid eating the spoon,
Yeah.
I'm like, you just look at me weird.
He's like, I'm fucking. I'll take you out. I'll cuff you.
I get the mower, okay? Wood
So-
chipper.
Whatever it takes to stop you.
Yeah. No, I heard that was good. Actually, on Stuff You Should Know, I was listening to an episode the other day. And
Oh, and they brought it up.
yeah, Chuck actually was like telling Josh, because they were talking about something. Apparently, the kids have their hands by their arm. Like, yeah, okay, that's what it was.
And they run like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, that's what he said. And Josh was like, don't tell me anymore. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not spoiling anything. He's like, you just told me that. I didn't know that.
It's like, boom.
And he was like, you should see it in the theater.
Yeah. It was
Chuck said he went to a 10:30 like showing and it was
Mhm.
sold out.
no shit.
10:30.
They did a weird thing with that one where they did the movie like the inciting incident takes place at like 2:17 or 2:37,
Yeah.
and they did a show.
Even Noah was talking about it.
Well, and they did a showing where it was like at 2:37.
That's pretty cool.
Granted, PM instead of AM, but like still, like that was the first showing you could see of it. So
Yeah. Could you imagine if they just like, all right, theater's gonna be open.
2:37 a.m.
gonna
Get
get
out
outta
here.
here
You
about
get out of
5.
the movies at like 5 a.m. That'd be
Time to go to
sweet.
work. That's
So-
daycare.
Yeah. All right. So next week we got motherfucking Angel Dust by Faith No More and I'm on Fire.
No, my
My
hometown.
Hometown by Bruce Springsteen. So everyone, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in to the Working Hour, WHMS Radio. Until next time,
God bless.
and don't work too hard now.